What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel.
We just can't get a break with our RV. Not going anywhere.
So as some of you may remember, last month HP and I's RV was damaged whenever it was taken out on a rental.
So today we're going to be going to the RV to go ahead and assess the damages, take some measurements, and be going over the damage quote for the repair.
So if you guys remember, last month we had a renter that basically rubbed our entire RV against a bunch of bushes and trees. And though it doesn't look like significant damage on camera, it is pretty severe. You can see that there are scratches all over the exterior of the RV. It's basically on every single panel.
But that's not the only place where there's damage.
Now, despite the fact that the damage happened on this RV about 4 to 5 weeks ago, we were actually only able to get the RV inspected and quoted for damage and repairs this past week. And whenever the RV was getting inspected, we found some additional damage, this time on the roof.
So let's go inspect the damage. Hand me the camera. Yeah. All right, good catch. So as we can see, a big portion of this rubber has been removed because it actually ended up getting cut up whenever the renter went through the trees. So there are some faint scratch lines right here where it did pick this up, and then eventually the wind just catches it and pulls up the rest of, gosh, that is sticky, pulls up the rest of the rubber. And as we can tell, it took a really decent portion of the rubber off. There's scratches all along the sides up front, going all the way to the back. So some pretty significant scratches, and as we can see, it's almost bubbling up right here. Maybe I can smooth that out a little bit better. But even on this side, some pretty hard marks for it to mark the rubber and stay marked. So now I need to take some measurements so we can order the appropriate do-it-yourself kit in order to fix this up. So it's actually curved on the side, and it goes down about, what is that, 1/4 inch? So overall, it's about 8.5 feet. Let's see how long we need for at least one good square though. But then coming all the way back, I guess you could measure that like a triangle, like a right triangle. So one continuous piece is pretty long.
So how does it look?
I mean, it looks easy enough. I don't really know how easy these rubber kits are to do, but I think it's definitely better. I mean, everyone has rubber kits.
I think it's a standard thing for RVs, surprisingly, in my research.
Yeah, right? There's a fiberglass one over there. Yeah, cool. So, I mean, it can't be too hard to repair, right? Right? Famous last words?
That's the attitude we like to hear.
Yeah, we're gonna have to find the area of a triangle. Do you remember how to do that?
Length times width divided by 2.
That's for a square. That's for a right triangle.
Length times width divided by 2 is a triangle.
Length times width makes a square.
That's why you divide it by 2.
If it's a square,
You're wrong.
that's a right triangle because right triangles are even. We have 45 inches. It's less than half. So do 45 by. Are you remembering all this?
No, I haven't memorized anything that you've asked me to. I didn't know that it was supposed to be.
So 45 by 40
45 by 40?
divided by 2. Where's your calculator?
I got it. 90. Okay, so 45 by 90 divided by 2.
No, 45 by 40.
Oh. 900. I just did one too many zero.
45 by 40 is 1,800.
Divided by 2. So I just missed a 0.
Oh, okay.
I was pretty damn close.
That was pretty close. All right, so we'll have, according to this, 1,220 left.
Cool.
For,
I think that we're golden then.
it's 8 feet?
Yeah, 5 by 8.
They don't have an 8.5?
So we now know the measurements of the damage, but now we need to get a tarp up there to protect the RV because Texas weather can be unpredictable and we need to make sure that it's not going to get rained on.
we kind of secured the tape just to the front of this tarp. We're probably gonna tuck this side down since the water is gonna rush off this way. It's really no need to secure that side, but this one, I definitely don't want it coming up, so I'm gonna tape it to this side for sure. So I think my plan is foolproof.
Now it's time to get down because I really do not like being on this thing.
So on this side, I have tucked it, I've put it in a very strategic place so it will not come off. My theory is that as long as we have this side nice and secure, which it is, by various forms of duct taping and duct taping methods, it's not gonna come off. So all the water's just gonna slick off that way, and bada bing, bada boom.
But keep in mind, this is just a temporary solution while we figure out what our game plan is with fixing this thing. So the tarp won't be there for long.
But it is extremely hot right now, so let's go home and let's talk about the damage quote.
For the RV was a little bit tricky because it was on rentals throughout the entire month of July, but fortunately once it was returned from its most recent trip, we have a RV shop that's located next door to our RV storage facility, so they were actually able to just walk over to our parking space, examine the RV, and give us a quote this past week.
And you can see the estimate here. So looking at the quote, the RV repair shop is really wanting to replace the entire roof itself instead of just repairing that one small section. So looking at the quote here, we can see things like a roof install kit that needs to be done, which includes a lot of the epoxies and different molds that are going to come with that. You also have all the things that are sitting on top of the roof that need to get replaced and resealed. So we're looking at front cap roof moldings, side moldings, gutters, plumbing vent caps, roof skylight reseals. So really a lot of it is going to be parts totaling up to $1,894.47.
But this doesn't even include the labor costs, and according to the shop, it's going to take about 54.4 hours to get this work completed at a rate of $149 per hour, bringing the grand total for the labor alone to $8,105.60.
Which makes our entire total to $10,156.47.
So where we're currently at with the insurance process is this RV was damaged on a RVshare rental. So because of that, we're currently in talks with their insurance arm, DigiSure. They told us to get the quote, which is what we did this past week. So we submitted that quote to DigiSure. We're waiting for their approval, but we have heard they're a little bit picky with the funds that they give out based off of estimates, that we shouldn't expect to get the entire thing. So I'm hopeful, but I'm definitely not holding my breath that we'll get the full $10,000.
And in the meantime, we have our measurements for how much of the roof that needs to be replaced. So we're gonna start looking into DIY kits that might come with a good sized membrane that we could maybe cut up and replace just that small section. Or in the alternative, we end up having to replace the entire roof itself. So doing a lot of good research. So as always guys, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and we'll see you on the next episode.